People in this state don't even know what super citizen is. They will know. And except people, we have 10,000 listeners on radio. Our television is picking up, and it's going to pick up even more. We just purchased the biggest mega email system in the world. You know, we have all your emails. Shouldn't say that, but we do. And we know who is a conservative and who is not, who is a patriot, who is not. So we are using the technology and really the tactics of the left to fight back. So let me just say something real quick. Give you an example of Biden wins. 5 things that will happen overnight. Remember, if you studied socialism and history, there was one thing that all socialist governments have in common: speed, fast and furious. They don't wait around. They're not like republics and people of liberty. They do things quick. Fast and furious. Number 1, eliminate the Electoral College. Never elect another Republican or conservative president. Number 2, and the bill is in the House, by the way, illegal immigrants can vote in state and local elections. Her husband will never get elected again. You'll never elect a sheriff. You'll never elect a court clerk. Number 3, Puerto Rico, Washington, D.C., states. The United States Senate with 4 new senators will belong to the one party. This will be a mono-party country, one party. Number 4, the big tech people will come out of the closet. They won't mess around and say we have a commission. They will just shut you down. If you're not on their team, they will shut you down. Jordana can't communicate with Valerie, thank God. But we won't communicate with one another. The next thing they will do is called the Fair and Balanced Act. Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, and Pat McDONOUGh will become remnants of history. There will be no talk radio. And of course, they will pack the court. You know, Joe Biden's statement was so stupid, and this is why you can tell that the reporters are all corrupt. Joe Biden said, hey man, if I were to tell you what I was going to do, that would become the whole story of the whole campaign, and we couldn't talk about other issues. And I don't want to do that. Now, if I was a reporter, I would say this. Vice President Biden, I have a question for you. If you were to say right now that you're not going to pack the court, it would be a non-story. Nobody would care. It wouldn't dominate. So apparently, what you've just said is, yes, I intend to pack the court. That's what would dominate the news. You pretty much said it, but you didn't have the guts to really say it. Now, wasn't there one reporter in that bunch that had the common sense to say that? How about if you had 5 minutes with Joe Biden? What would you say to him? You know what I would say to him? I say, Joe, I used to be a Democrat. My father was a Democrat. My grandfather was a Democrat. My great-grandfather was a foreigner. But I got a question for you, Joe. You've been around for 47 years. You were elected to the United States Senate by the people of your state, and you travel all over the country. You were the chairman of 2 different committees with great power. You used to go into Wilmington and Dover on July 4th, and you'd walk down the streets, and little children would sit on the sidewalk with their American flags, and they would wave at you with a smile, proud of you as a United States Senator. And then you got lucky, and you became Vice President of the United States. You traveled the world. You went to every country. You visited. You saw and understood what those countries were all about as compared to the United States of America. Joe? And now, as the Democrat leader and the nominee of the party, you have taken the Democrat Party, which I used to be a part of, from John F. Kennedy and Harry Truman and even Bill Clinton to Bernie Sanders. Are you proud of that legacy? And when you're gone, and you retire, are you going to say to your great-grandchildren, this is what I have given to you? A socialist, big government, anti-liberty Democrat Party. Are you proud of that, Joe? I would like to see Trump say that to him in front of the American people. Did you ever think about, isn't that what has happened? That's what he has accomplished. How can he live with himself?
Well, he's more or less a puppet now.
But to turn your great-grandchildren over to a country, you know, he's different than us. I'm not saying that in a bad way. He's different than us because he's had experiences we have not had. We haven't marched, I have, in Independence Day parades with those beaming little faces waving those flags. We haven't gone to foreign countries where we know their oppressors